If my mind, hear me sing, stand to me, swear to me before you. Hello! I know, it's a little bit different, a little bizarre, but former WBO 140-pound junior welterweight champion Ruslan, the Serbian Rocky, the sick freak screaming out of nowhere, 23-3. Yeah, 23-3 with 16 KOs. Is going to be taking on, rumored, allegedly, Jose Luis Castillo, the last man who should have defeated Floyd Money Mayweather. He's also fought Ricky Hatton, Alonzo Gomez, Saul Roman. I'm missing somebody. I'm missing Diego Corrales. I'm missing a couple more people. But he has 12 losses, 7 of them by knockout. He has fought twice this year, once in 2013, and yes, he has still been active. He has not just popped up out of nowhere. Excuse me. He's like 7-3 in his last 10, if I'm correct. And oh man, he's a boxing commentator on beIN Sports. I last saw him there on the Gonzalez versus Arce fight. So what I'm saying to you is he's active. He hasn't just popped up out of nowhere, and if the fight does happen, it's going to happen in Russia. Now, you know Provodnikov, if I'm correct, he hasn't fought in Russia in about 6 fights or so, if I'm maybe even more. I don't remember, but the point I'm trying to make is that they just want to get a Mexican over there, a Mexican legend over there, so he can beat up on. But here is the thing. Castillo may be 40 years old, but he is not, how can I put it? He's one of the type of fighters that always has a chance. Going up against Ruslan Provodnikov, it seems as though through the 3 losses that he has, Mauricio Herrera, Timothy Bradley, and Chris Algieri, you don't know what Ruslan's going to show up. Also, punch output could be low. But the fact that Castillo's been knocked out 7 times and lost 12 fights, and he's 40 years old at this point in time, my God, what may Ruslan do to him? I tell you what he's going to do. He's going to eat some raw fish, he's going to eat some raw meat, and he's going to drink some milk. And then he's going to light some candles for his ass. But the last time he tried to light some candles, look what happened to him. That man goes on to fight Emmanuel Dapper-Duran Pacquiao. And you know why? Because here's something crazy. If Ruslan Provodnikov would have defeated Chris Algieri, would that mean that Ruslan Provodnikov would be facing Manny Pacquiao? Ain't that crazy? At one point in time, they was talking about Pacquiao versus Abreu. Why? It's because Al Heyman fighters, Showtime fighters won't fight Manny Pacquiao. Long story. Al Heyman, thank you so much. Thank you, Al Heyman. Thank you so much. But Ruslan Provodnikov is also trained by Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach clearly told Ruslan, no, you can't fight. Who's going to train you? Oh, we could put Marvin over in your corner. Marvin Samodia, if you don't know who that is. That's the guy who, he's Freddie Roach's understudy. Filipino, if Freddie Roach is somewhere training Pacquiao or Miguel Cotto, he sends Marvin Samodia off with the fighters like he's done with Ruslan twice, if I'm correct. So Chris Algieri ended up outboxing Ruslan Provodnikov and going on to get Manny Pacquiao. He also shown a vulnerability in Ruslan that Timothy Bradley showed, that stay away from him. Just outbox him and you have a chance. Now, will Freddie Roach be able to correct that in him? The fight's going to be happening on November the 28th. You know, that's the date that they're saying. So what I'm thinking is, what is that, like a Friday night? Something like that? And remember, Pacquiao's fighting on November the 22nd in Macau. So that should free up Freddie Roach to be able to put his full time into Ruslan, because Ruslan needs him. And not to mention, like I said, as I have mentioned, Castillo, you can't count him out yet, if that makes sense. Now, I know he's been fighting. His record's a little suspect at this point in time in his career. He's 40 years old. But what I'm saying is, you know, those Mexican guys, you never know. Now, Ruslan, we know he can take a punch, and a lot of people are automatically off the bat going to say that Ruslan's going to kill Castillo. But, you know, I just don't know yet. There's something not right. And as it stands, Ruslan Provodnikov still has a lot to prove to us, the fans. Because he just, in the middle of fights, he slows down. And then what Chris Algieri showed us is that, just keep away from him. You know, I know it's boxing and it sounds like simple logic, but it's true. Just keep away from him. Train for conditioning. Keep away from him. You know, and then if you got some power to deter him a little bit. I mean, my God, look what him and Mauricio Herrera did to each other. And Mauricio Herrera only has 6 or 7 knockouts, if I'm correct. And that was a fight that I heard was rumored supposed to be happening, a rematch between them two. And it was somebody else. I mean, what about a Hank Lundy? You know, but, you know, then again, it is what it is. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live, and I cover boxing with Real Combat Media. Link is right below. There's a poll for Hopkins versus Kovalev, right to the right of the screen. Just click the link below, and also shout out to El Diablito for the hat. T Street Controversy Live.